Alex Pereira would be on that list. But you know who's not on that list? Joey Pyfer. And Harrington, you're not on the list. Get the hell out of here. He always likes to get a little bit of airtime, Joey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my man. Hey, Mike, appreciate you having me on again, brother.
Oh, not at all, man. Not at all. Listen, dude, when you go out there and you knock out Marc-Andre Barriault, the power bar, in stunning fashion like that, come on, man. Come on, I was dying to talk to you. Congratulations on a great win over a tough opponent. Barriault is kind of, he's on the come up again. He's had some ups and some downs, but he's doing well. He's a tough guy. You went out there after, a tough learning experience against Jack Hermannson, and you righted the ship. You got back on course and knocked him the hell out. The floor is yours, buddy. Talk to me about the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs, man. Tough weight cut. I was healthy. I was prepared. I had less injuries than I've had since I've been in the UFC, thankfully. Still had injuries, which we all do. And I really dialed in my sleep, my nutrition. I learned so much from the Jack Hermannson fight. And I had a chip on my shoulder, I was mad at the crowd, mad at the fans, and I wanted to silence people. And that's why I didn't do any interviews leading up. I'm still even pissed. I'm still pissed off about it. I don't feel like I'm turning into the villain guy, but I think just like being so disheartened with just the MMA fans, you could lose a decision. I was half dead that entire camp. I got through 2 sessions leading up to that fight where I only went 2 5-minute sessions that I made it to completion, and then I fought. And my coaches wanted to pull me and everything, and I still fought. Barasenko saw me sick. Joe Rogan saw me sick. Like all the media for the UFC saw me sick. And these are all excuses, but reasons as well for those that want to take them as that. But, I don't, my point in saying this is Jack was 100% better. That's what led to him winning. And, but I don't feel I was my best prepared self. So coming out here this time and being able to get that redemption and set the record straight that when I am healthy and I am able to focus on nothing but the fight, I'm a very dangerous person in this division, and I have some of the biggest power in this division.
Yeah, well, without question. But Joe, listen, that was your first 5-round fight as well, and you went the distance. Jack Hermannson had been around forever, and that's the way it goes. That's why experience has to be earned. You can't give it. You can't buy it. You know what I mean? Only you as a person, and granted, you were sick, so that only adds to it. But you go out there, you've got knockout power. You're knocking everyone out. You're finishing most people. You're trying to finish them. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe you don't manage the gas tankers economically. It's all good, brother. Those people online, anybody talking shit, they have got no idea what it takes to go through that, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking shit. They wouldn't be talking shit. Now, granted, you're in a great position. You fight for the UFC. You're earning money. You're on TV. So anytime you're doing that, you put yourself in the public eye. So it's the give and take. You know what I mean? You get the stardom, you get the rub, you get all the positiveness, you get the money and the recognition. You also get the dickheads. Just ignore them, man.
Yeah, no, I've gotten good at it now. That's why I didn't do any media. I wasn't on my phone most of the fight week. I had my friend managing, putting up the posts and things like that for me. I try not to go on there. And it's just a distraction, man. Like the phone is probably my biggest enemy just because I get to see everybody who doesn't matter talk shit.
Yeah.
And luckily now I look at it and it's kind of comical and it doesn't hit my heart when I read it anymore. And but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Mike, I'm just getting it. I'm just embracing this. Like I'm gonna be a dickhead, bro. I don't like these people. I don't like shitty people like that. Like them telling me to kill myself and everything. Like it killed the love for the fans.
Who said kill yourself?
Just a bunch of nobodies, like we're talking about, like nobodies. But
why? Why? Because you lost. Because you lost against Jack Hermannson.
Yeah, I got fraud checked, and I always cry when I win and cry when I lose, and blah blah blah. It's like my whole life is in this, so it just really rubbed me the wrong way, man. I feel like it's. I don't want to say it's matured me, but it's also like it's made me like put my hands distance on keeping these people at bay. And for the ones that are always super respectful, they make it all worth it. I will say that. And I'll always be respectful and smile and take pictures for them. But yeah, I had a bit of chip on my shoulder, man. I think everybody not everybody, but even DC saying like my hype was gone, and he was right. But I was also right. I said all I needed to do was knock Mark out, and I'll be right back where I was and then some. And I got nothing but respect for Mark, like you said. I think he's a great human being outside of the sport. I actually didn't know anything about him until this week, with him being involved in men's mental health and everything. And I hope he's okay. And I have nothing but love and respect for that guy. And unfortunately, I hate that part of promoting it, posting that he gets knocked out. But
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's what we sign up for. Joe, never lose that chip on your shoulder. That is your best asset right now. Of course, you got knockout power and all the rest, but that chip on your shoulder is going to help you. It's going to guide you. Because I had that all the way through my career. I've calmed down a bit now, thank God. Otherwise, I'd be fired from everywhere I kind of do little bits of work for.
I've watched your career.
Yeah. But when you're fighting, man, that chip on your shoulder, you need that. That's why when I won the belt, I jumped on top of the crowd. I turned around and went, to Rocco. But I'm saying it to the whole world. I was saying it to all my haters. I was saying it to everyone that said he's shit. He's not good enough. So you all. Yeah. How about me now? So that chip on your shoulder is going to get you out of bed. That's going to make you go for a run. It's going to force you to train your ass off because you want to prove yourself to the world and to all those haters. So don't change that. Embrace it, man. Embrace it. Let it fuel you.
100%. They did. They fueled me. And Jack helped me. He gave me a lot more than it's not a loss to me. It really isn't. Like, I didn't get knocked out. I didn't get submitted. I didn't get humiliated. It was competitive. So in my heart, I know I know I belong with the best. I have to get my feet wet more. I have to get my repetitions in. And I'm cool with that. And no better of a person to lose to in my mind than Jack. He's a good guy as well. Like, I have no.
He's one of the best. He's a great human being.
Great human being, exactly. So it wears well with my heart, and the amount of things that I've learned from that fight and from him handing me my first UFC loss, man, I will forever be grateful for it, because I feel like I'm making leaps and bounds in my mental and my physical, spiritual, everything. Like, I just feel like it allowed me to reevaluate when I wasn't ready to, and I had to. It was like I wasn't ready to face it, and I got humbled. And I lost, and it put a stop to all that momentum. And, all that momentum, though, was from the heart. It was just me being me. It wasn't anything of a fake character. I'm not one of these fake that are out here hiding behind a mask.
Thank God.
I say what I say. I say what I feel. And, yeah, man. So there was never no hype. I was just Joe Pyfer, and I still am. And I showed that this weekend that nothing changes.
Well, that's what people love, and that's what they resonate with. And listen, because that's what I've always been. I can't really do anything else. I've always just been me, and people resonate with an authentic person. And yes, okay, they don't necessarily always agree with what you're saying, but at least you're being authentic. At least you're being true to yourself. And a lot of people may see themselves in you. You know what I mean? So just never change. Always be you. Don't try and put on an act. Don't try and become somebody else, because you're not someone else. You're Joe Pyfer. You got knockout power. Go out there and try and knock everyone's head off. And that's what you do. And you're talking about Jack Hermannson, and maybe you learned from that. I didn't see you trying to pace yourself on Saturday night against Marc-Andre Barriault. My God, you were swinging for the fences right from the opening bell.
Yeah, man. There was no need to pace myself. I know I can push 15 minutes hard as shit. And I wasn't sick, Mike. I wasn't sick. Like, people can take what they want with that. Say excuse, whatever. I wasn't sick. I knew I could push 15 minutes. I trained my ass off. My gym trains so hard. It's probably why I get sick. So sometimes I have to tame it back. And but dude, I was very well prepared for it. I was expecting, in my head, I didn't see the knockout. I didn't envision the knockout. I don't know why I couldn't this time. I envisioned a 3-round war and this guy trying to make it ugly and clinch and uppercuts and all this. But I was still going to walk forward, and I knew. Like I've always said, I don't look for it, but I know if I catch one clean one, I'm rocking somebody's world. And when I smell blood, I'm going to get you. So yeah,
well, I was just looking at his record while you were talking there. He's only got one knockout loss on his record.
Cheating.
Of course. No, it's you.
No, he's got two.
Yeah. So Chidi got him, and then you got him. But he's been in there with Chris Curtis, Eric Anders, all kinds of big hitters. On the Contender Series, Dana was very high on you, and he was like, be like Joe. Be like Joe. Remember those days? Have you done a T-shirt? Be Joe Pyfer. You're going to do a T-shirt, be like Joe. That'll sell well. That's a good little expression.
Yeah, they made a couple shirts like Be Joe Pyfer and stuff like that, but I'm not I don't know what it is, Mike. Maybe it's embarrassment. don't know if it's embarrassment. I don't know what it is. I'm not
What
high
have you
on
got
it.
to be embarrassed about?
I have nothing to be embarrassed about, but I'm not high on it for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't make me like, I don't care, like I don't have any interest in, I guess the apparel. I hope somebody else will take the responsibility for me, which they have, and try to promote that. But it's just not
Yeah.
something,
Well, I was
I'm a
only
very
kind of joking.
flawed person.
Yeah, no, me and you both. I mean, I've been trying to do merch for my podcast for years and they're still not available. So who am I to lecture? Would you mind opening up when you say you're a flawed person? In what ways?
Yeah,
Because
man.
I've got many.
I just was on Ariel Helwani's show, and I'm like ripping Paul Craig.
Well,
And
there's
I
flaw
just
number
don't,
one.
I just don't like the guy. I don't
No,
like the
yeah.
guy. I don't have a reason not to like the guy either. I just don't like him. And my reason is just because I want to punch him in his face, and I just feel like there's something about him that I want to fight. And when I say flawed, like obviously besides that pettiness, it's just I still got my everyday struggles of just being a normal dude and a human, and trying to keep myself healthy mentally, and keep my mind in the right place and not let people get to me. You know what I mean? So I do a good job with social media now, but then you got, sometimes you got there's always going to be a problem. No matter what problem you solve, there'll always be another one. It's about how you roll with it, right? And sometimes I like tend to crash head forward with some of those problems, and I need to be a little bit more patient. So I'm a very
Yeah,
impulsive guy. I want to get results like right away.
but that's okay. That's okay. You're still young, with respect.
Yeah.
You're 27 years old.
Yeah. I'm very
You're
young. Yes.
27. You're very young. Like I was a similar age when I broke out into the UFC. I won the Ultimate Fighter, and I was the same way. If I was going to fight someone or someone was in my weight class, I was a prick. I was a prick. Do you know what I mean? But to me, it was like, this is the only shot I've got of making something out of myself. And anyone that's
Same
in my
here, brother.
fucking
Same
weight,
here. I have no plan B. I had no plan B. When I broke my arm and I was sitting there in my wrestling coach's basement and I was suicidal and I thought I wasted 21 years, and and it's the same story that I've said over till I'm blue in the face, but it was like I felt like, man, did I make the wrong decision? Because if this is the wrong decision, I'd never known what's right, and this is all I have. This is everything this is all I am. I didn't plan for school. I didn't have a fallback. I don't have a trade. This is what I got. Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, I think when I say like I'm flawed and I might be taking on this villain role because I'm just sick of these, like, I'm sick of people trying to take my checks from me, and it fuels me. It fuels me to be angry. And when I'm angry, I'm not angry in the cage. I'm just locked in. I have bad intentions. So and it does well for me. I think some people are like, you can't fight angry, and I definitely don't. I think I fight with IQ. Like I'm not stupid. I try to fight very smart. But yeah, I think I'm starting to just, I don't have to smile as much, and that's okay with me. Like I'm here to hurt you. So I think that's what I mean by becoming a villain almost.
Well, that's totally fine because I think you're in the perfect job for that. You're fighting in the UFC. I think people are going to resonate with how real and authentic you are, and just speak your mind. At the end of the day, you're not trying to make friends, are you? You're trying to knock people out.
Hey, brother, I'm trying to change my financial future. So.
Yeah. Well, you will. You keep knocking people out like that, you will. Keep talking the way you are, you will, because it's captivating and it's interesting, as opposed to someone sitting there going, I don't know, I'll fight whoever the UFC give me. Fuck that. Talk some shit. Say you want to fight Paul Craig. Paul's a great guy, but I understand he's in your division, so you want to punch him in the face. That's totally fine. Regarding the emotions in the octagon, it took me until about 36, 37 to start figuring that side out. I think for the most part, I was pretty okay, but around my training camps and just like my life had a lot of chaos around it. So that kind of affected my performances and my training camps and all the rest of it. So just try and chill on that side of things, and just don't get mad. Because I used to always think, if I get mad, I'll be the best version of myself. I'll smash this because no one can beat me when I'm mad. Well, that's until you're stepping in there with like an Anderson Silva or something. You've got to be cool, calm, collected. You know what I mean? So walking there.
That's what I think I'm doing a good job of, though, because I was pissed off about a lot of things, and my coaches don't let me be emotional.
Yes,
where I lose control, and it's also like it's very rare that they ever have to step in where I lose control. I think I've been in it a long enough time. starting at 4 years old, like I understand that there's a level of anger that if you go above, you don't come back from.
Yeah.
And that's how you get caught, and that's how you make mistakes. And I don't let it like, oh, I need to hit him now. Like I throw with intentions because I know that even me punching through your gloves, if I can catch you, I'm gonna hurt you. So like, yeah, I mean, when I came out against Mark, I was trying to really get him to like throw at me because I wanted to exchange with him. I really did. Like I wanted to do some like barroom brawl shit, and because I just believed he was gonna fall first, and he didn't do it. So then I went after him.
Your coaches, are they? And this sounds like an insult, but it's not an insult. But are they man enough, for want of a better expression, to be able to check you on your bullshit?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Coach John doesn't care about my feelings. He cares about me performing, and he cares about my well-being. And he doesn't give a how I feel, to be quite honest. And I pride myself in being able to say that. Like, he cares about me as a person. He cares that I'm okay, but his job is to make sure that I am prepared under his guidance and under his school and under his teaching. And if I'm not going to listen, then he's not going to coach me. That's just how that works.
Perfect.
That is the fighter-student respect that we need to have. And, I know some people criticized him last time because he mentioned my father in like the later rounds to try and like motivate me against Jack. But, he was just searching in his fighter that he saw a look in my face where it was like, I kind of wasn't all there. After I got hit in my eye and I couldn't see him, like from round 3 on, I just kind of like was accepting him dictating everything. And, he's, my point is yes, they're all of my coaches. Even Sean Brady will put me in my place.
Well, good. Because the only reason I say that, and by the way, off the top of my head, I don't even know who your coach is. So it wasn't like I'm basing that on anything. Yeah. In the world of mixed martial arts, as the sport has grown bigger and there's eyeballs on it and there's a little bit of fame and a little bit of celebrity, even for the coaches, and of course, there's money to be earned off the fighters. Man. A lot of fighters, a lot of coaches are yes men. And you nailed it. Exactly. That's why I asked, because I've had them over the course of my career. They let you do whatever the fuck they want. As long as you're repping their team, as long as you're with them, as long as you're cutting them a check, they don't really give a fuck. And that was that. And we lost him. I think he's got a phone call, or he's had enough of my shit. He's had enough of my lecture. He's had enough of me slagging off his coaches. Harrington, jump on and just save the day.
Call me 50K. Call me Mike 50K Harrington, saving the day right now.
50K Harrington. I think he'll be back in a minute. I think he might have a phone call or something if he was on his phone. I hope so. I was joking when I said he was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I like his energy though, man. I like the realness.
Oh yeah. Joe's the man. Oh, and he's back with us. Oh, wait. No, he's not.
No, he will be. He will be. Okay. If he wasn't, he will be. Oh no, that's President Awesome. My God. Whoa. My man.
What's happening, man? Look at that. Dana Brown. I made Dana Brown shirt.
Oh, there you go. Well, send me some.
I will.
Who the fuck's Dana Brown?
Well, there's Dana White, and I'm Brown. So I'm Dana Brown.
Hey. Azim, President Awesome. This is Joe Pyfer. Do you know Joe Pyfer?
Of course I do.
What's up,
so, Joe, we were just wrapping up an interview and we lost you. Joe, I lost you for a second there, brother.
Yeah.
I was just giving him a speech. I forgot where I was. I was just going to say 1 second, President Awesome, if you don't mind, sir.
No problem.
I was just saying a lot of these coaches, they don't have your best intentions at heart because there's a little bit of fame and celebrity being around UFC fighters and you're going to pay them money, so you're going to have a team around you that are willing to say, listen, it's my way or the highway. Check your bullshit at the door. Don't bring that into the gym. We don't want that negative energy. Basically, you do as you're told and act like a student, but it sounds like you've already got that anyway.
That is verbatim, word for word, what my coach will say to any of us, no matter if you're number 6 being Sean Brady or number 8, whatever he is. Doesn't matter if you're me, B. Joe Pyfer, that bullshit. He doesn't care about any of that. He also keeps a log of every time somebody misses a practice. So, and he's not one of these coaches that's happy with it.
Good.
If you try to tell him how you feel, he does care, but he'll say your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here for your feelings. I'm here to coach you. And I like that. It keeps us accountable and it keeps us as students. I don't ever want to lose that respect as student teacher, or else I feel like I don't learn. And I'm constantly learning, man. And I think I think I'm showing that I'm improving.
Well, you certainly are. Congrats on an epic win at the weekend. Beautiful knockout. And I would apologize to you and say, sorry, you got to go now. But your feelings, just like the coach says. Get out of here, Joe. I got to speak to President Awesome. Thank you for your time, brother. I appreciate it.